How to properly onboard a new employee. There is a huge difference between starting someone and truly onboarding them. I'll show you how many businesses lose their best hires without even knowing it. Want your new hire to stick? Well, it all starts before they even walk through the door on their first day. By the end of this video, you will understand the difference between starting a new employee and truly onboarding them so they stick and are with you for the long run. So let's talk about the difference between starting someone and truly onboarding them. So when you start someone, you get them going. They fill out the forms, you do the bare minimum of onboarding them and introducing them, and then you go, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing, and here we go. So there is very little training, very little paying attention. There is just pushing them to go and produce without really training them. Well, let's look at the opposite side of it. If you actually have a very good onboarding system, you're going to be able to make sure that they understand what they're supposed to be doing, take them step by step through the training, and then you can also control the results. So at the end of the onboarding period, you will have somebody who is productive, somebody who is part of your culture, and somebody who is ready to stay because they are part of the team. So what is proper onboarding? Proper onboarding is thoughtful, complete, and role specific. Complete onboarding or proper onboarding will have a section that has to do with general onboarding, generally explaining the company, generally explaining what you stand for, your core values, your mission, your management style, the org chart, the different people that work for you, the final product that you deliver or the service that you deliver. So you have an overall explanation of the company, which is very important. But then you also have role-specific onboarding, where the person that you just hired is going to learn about their own position, how does it relate to the other positions in the company, what are they expecting to produce, and the step-by-step on how it's being done. Now, there are some roles that will take more training than you will have during the onboarding. So when you're doing the onboarding, you want to make sure that you are training them on the key aspects of what they will be doing, but also give them the information and the knowledge where to find the rest of the information, and also letting them know that there will be continual training until they will master it. But by the end of the 90 days that usually takes to onboard somebody, you should have someone who is familiar with your organization, familiar with the culture, they understand what they need to be producing, and they are able to produce the majority of their role. Now, how do you do that? Well, there is another video that I recorded that goes over how to create a successful and thorough onboarding checklist. So I will include it here, and I suggest that you watch it so you can follow step by step how to create an onboarding checklist that actually works. Now, one thing that I want to emphasize is that you don't want to overwhelm the new hire. Think about a time when maybe in the past you had a job, your first day on your job, and somebody would have just dumped the information on you. How would it make you feel? Well, it will make you feel overwhelmed. It will make you feel like, well, maybe this is not for me. It will also give you the sense of, I can't win. So that's why if you actually put thought into creating an onboarding checklist that takes the key components of the position and breaks it down step by step, and you make sure that the new hire masters that particular aspect before moving to the next, you're going to have a winning situation. And yes, you might be saying, well, I don't have time for it. I need that person producing right away. Well, the truth is that you do not have the time to waste and do it any other way, because you can spend a few months trying to train or onboard or utilize the new employee, but if you don't do it correctly, they're going to leave, and then you have 2 months that you just wasted. So you might as well do it right, do it correctly, create the checklist, and make sure that the new hire is being trained and apprenticed through that checklist so they will be able to produce. And again, if you want a good onboarding experience, if you want to be successful in onboarding someone, you gotta have those playbooks. You gotta have those textbooks that explain how that person is going to do what they're supposed to be doing. And that is being accomplished by having well-documented processes and procedures. So in my next video, I'm gonna go over how to successfully document your processes and procedures so your employees, existing and new, can follow them and be successful. Thank you for watching. My name is Adi, and I'm a process consultant.